CarolJo's. It is where creativity and community come together for the jewelry and accessory world. We do lots of different things here. We will do lives where we do chat time. That is your time to ask questions about jewelry making, running your small business, that type of thing. We have a chat tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central. I will also be opening a box during that time, but your questions come first. So if you have questions, just go ahead and ask them. We also will be live at 8 p.m. with our Makers Meetup, and that is on TikTok only. Makers Meetup is where you get to come live with me and show us what you are creating. We also do tutorials. Tonight we have a tutorial. We are going to show you how you can use the leather cord and make a slip knot bracelet, and you can put however much you want on there. We're going to show you how to do that. So, and we will also have another live, I believe it's Friday at 2 p.m. Central, where you get to learn how to make the trucker hats that have the bling or the cord on there. I forgot what I named it, but those aren't the words that I did. But we've got those. And then we will also have live events throughout the week. That is where you will be able to claim items to add to your bead collection. To see the entire schedule that we have out there, go to here on TikTok, the pinned post in my profile, and you'll be able to do it there. Over here on the tube, you will be able to find it underneath the shorts video that I put out on Sunday. I put out a new video each Sunday night for the next week's schedule. We will not be having Ashley or Nordic Luna here on the live. So if you would please help me out by sending out the shares here so that we can get others into the live, that would be great. I'm going to do it on my backup account also so that I can get some for you guys. Once we get 10 shares and 10,000 likes, we will then start doing our giveaways. So, whoops, hold on. There we go. We're adding it to the story over here, and we'll get that out there. There we go. All right. So, what we are doing today, we are going to take what is, these are a cowhide leather cord. This is a 1.5 mil. Thank you, Geraldine, for helping with that. I appreciate it. It's a 1.5 millimeter round diameter cord. This is, you'll get, if you would get it from me, you get 1 meter in the bag. We are going to use 30 inches of that. A meter is like 39.4 inches, so you'll have like 9 inches left over. All right. You're going to want to, once you get it, if you get it from me, it comes all coiled up. Just sit here and tug on it on both ends. And then it goes straight. I mean, I literally just took it out of the bag. So yes, that's all you need to do, and it'll go straight. That, and then whatever beads you want to use that have a 1.5 millimeter hole. If you have beads that only have a 1 millimeter hole, it's going to be very difficult to get them onto the cord because the cord's bigger than the hole. Hi, Trisha. So you're going to want to find beads that have a little bit larger hole. Hi, Cece. You do not have to have them where they're huge holes, just a 1.5 or bigger, okay? You will need, for tools, this is going to be a tool, like low tool, I think, a ruler. Thank you for the heart me. And a pair of scissors. That's what you need for tools. So we will teach you how to put the beads on. Then I'm going to give you a couple suggestions here if you want the beads to not go all over the place and you want them just to stay where they're at. And then we're going to show you how to do this type of a knot so that it can be a slide. Now the slide knot means that one side of these two pieces will make one side move, and the other will make the other one move. So you just need to know that one side will move with one cord and the other side moves with the other cord. That's what the slide knot is about. All right. before we go and point it down, I'm going to pick out some beads. Beads that are going to have larger holes to think about are sometimes your natural beads, your wood beads, and some of the metal beads. So I'm just giving you some ideas at the front here of where to look at in your bead collections, of where you can find those. Thank you, Kay, for the heartbeat. I appreciate that. So I'm going to spin around and grab some from my own collection that we could do, okay? Let's see. I'm going to try to think winter colors too, because we're going to that fall winter time frame. So I was kind of thinking that with this one too, where I picked out that red, but then I was like, I like the blue with it too. So I didn't go total fall on that one. It's more southwestern. All right. I don't want to pick out black because I have black cord. So I'm going to stay away from the black. Let's see what we've got here. Brown. Do we have brown in wood? I can't tell here. I do not have any wood brown. That is odd. I have a ton of glass. Okay, so we're not going to do brown. Let's see what we have over here. We've got white, we got some wood. Well, that's not really fall color. I'm going to go to my greens now. Yep, I'll explain it more, Cece, on why you're pulling one cord versus the other. I don't have any bow tie in my own collection. I got that specifically for you guys. So, I don't have any of my own. I was going to go green wood. Let's see where I can find green wood. That's all glass. Are you in here? Glass, 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 glass. Shell, acrylic, pearl, wood, right here. I don't usually. Ooh, we have some darker wood in there for yellow. So let's see what we can find. Okay. Oh, the large hole beads? No, you're not going through both of them. The reason why we need the larger, CC, we have 1.5 millimeter size leather cord that we are using. And we need it to go through that. All right, so we've got dark green here of wood. I liked that one. Let's see what we got for yellows.
Boo.
Who?
You.
Love you. We have a different color of yellow. I think that's a great fall color. And let's see. Do we have... I'm like, where's my wood for orange? And it's probably on the top shelf and I won't be able to reach it. Oh, no, I can reach it. It's right here. Ugh. Okay. Here we go with the orange. Ooh, we have some kind of brown colors in here too. I don't know why they're in the orange. But we have like this one. So, yeah. I think I'm going to go with those three. And then I'm going to grab... I'm going to see what we have for like antique gold color. Hold on while I go to that side. Antique gold.
Do we have any like cleaning gloves?
What do you need them for?
Because I'm going to be painting. I don't want to get my nails dirty.
Oh. Nope, sorry, honey. You can go see if Opa has any rubber gloves out in the shop.
Is any of your friends out there?
I don't know, honey. Someone is supposed to stop over, but I don't know if they're here yet or not. Okay, we have some here. Hi there, Rev. How are you? I got a couple here. I'm thinking we'll try those, okay? What, Liz? Nope, I am not today. I am doing a tutorial today on the slip knot bracelet. Oh, I thought something was going to fall over. Oh, because I have a stack of bead trays here. All right, I'm going to point you guys down and we're going to set out what we want to do, okay? So we're going to go down. When you guys go down, I won't be able to see comments as well. So just know I'm not ignoring you guys. I just can't see them. First step, we are going to cut 30 inches of the cord. 30 is a little bit more than probably what we need, but we are going to just do 30 inches, okay? Then we're going to get rid of our ruler and we are going to lay out our beads. Boop, boop, boop. These are the different like antique gold. See how they have a larger hole to it? Maybe you can see, there we go. And that's gonna allow us to put that through the cord more than likely. So we have two different styles. I'm gonna just set both of those out. We're not gonna need very many for this project, but I'm just laying them out, getting beads out there. Oh, I don't need that many, I just need a couple. There we go. All right. You can put them on in any way that you want. I'm gonna do this one. I think I'm gonna do the green next. And see, we've got large hole beads and they go on really well. So wood beads have a larger hole and that's what works so wonderful with these. You can just put those on. And you can do this however you want to do it. Whatever design you want to do. I poured out a lot of beads and I don't need that many. I literally am just going to put this many on there. So it's not very many beads. Now what I do is there's a couple of things you can do. You can use bead crimps when it's all said and done and put that in the middle and bead crimp them. I do not have any bead crimps. That's one thing I don't ever have. And I mean, I'm not talking about bead crimps. I'm talking bead crimp covers. Yeah, there's enough here for a lot of bracelets for this style of a bracelet. Literally is. I'm going to take these off of the table so that we can concentrate on what we're doing here. Because sometimes I feel like it will, the way it will focus on the beads rather than what we're doing. So the first thing, if you are going to not use the bead crimp covers, find the middle of your cord. So you can put your beads in the middle. And that's not in the middle. So let's get this a better location. Oh, well, we got to add one more gold, the antique gold on this side. And that is this one. I just noticed one doesn't have it and one does. So we're going to add it to this side. I'm wondering if in one of our boxes, if we will have crimp covers, because that would have worked perfect for this. So you don't, when you use crimp covers, you do not need to do this step, okay? So then you find the middle, found the middle. Take and create a knot on the cord. And then push this down. So that knot is going to hold our beads in place. Then we're going to do another knot on the other cord.
Mama.
Bri.
Mama.
Or Buttercup, what?
Huh?
You painting at the table?
Yeah?
What, honey?
Do you memorize these gloves?
Those are mine. Why are you using mine?
I told her that because that's the only thing I can find that fitter.
Okay.
When do you even use these?
Yes, I'm on a live right now. Okay.
Sit down because I don't feel good again.
Okay. I don't want you to do that shirt, though, please.
Why?
Because I don't want you to use that
I wear
shirt.
bib though whenever I paint.
Okay. I just don't want it on that shirt. Let me do my live now, please, okay?
Toodles.
Bye. Okay. She's going to paint. And I'm like, oh, yeah. She's good at painting our table. All right. Sorry about that. So now we put our knots on each end of the beads that we have. Now what you do is you take this side and bring it around. There we go. Hopefully everything's good and I don't have to re-record this. All right. So we're going to bring this side over here. We're going to bring the other side over here. We're making a circle. With this circle, what I want to do, and this is where I have a harder part. Now I'm going to tell you guys, yeah, it sounds like an alarm is like, it's not an alarm. It's like an alarm, like something catastrophic is happening. And you want to do it, if it's for your wrist, you want to find how big this needs to be to rest on your wrist. And this is where I forgot to grab it. I have one. Just a minute. I got to go grab one more thing. I moved some containers. I got to move them so I can get out. It is on my desk. There it is. Okay, I just grabbed a clip if you're doing this by yourself. Yes, that's what it is. It's the evacuation. And on one of these, put that clip on there so then you can take it off. And this is where halfway point. So I want to make sure that both sides have the same amount at that halfway point. That looks really big for my wrist. That is. So we got to go a little bit. There we go. Okay. And I want it to be even. And this is where I have a hard time on it. I know that needs to be a little bit. There we go. I take my clip and I just put that on there. This is seriously just a clip. What we're going to do with this is now we're going to create our slip knot side. I was going to say, you see, when you said I was looking for the north parking lot, I'm like, I did the north parking lot because of where we were at in the building. We had to evacuate and we were the second row in the north parking lot to the west. So they literally would go, I was on the second floor. So the first row was first floor, second row on our side of the building was over here. And then on the northeast side of the building, you would have the other two halves of the building. So yes, we went to the north parking lot too. All right. There we go. We got her all figured out there. Well, he's not staying in there very well. Let's get you clipped in there. I'm just going to look at this and look and see, are those in the center? There we go. This one needs to go this way a little bit, I think. It's an eyeball thing. And this is where I don't like eyeball things because I want it to be equal when it's all said and done. And this is where I have a hard time with these. Now, on this side, I'm going to put these down so they're not in my way. I'm going to grab a hold of this piece. We are going to, about a finger from where I'm at, fold it back around. So these two, I'm going to take this off so you can see it without this in there. Yeah, and it's so funny how much you get. This is where we go. There's our middle, and that is our middle. Hold that, take this, fold it over, and you want these to be, if you notice, they're like right on top of each other, like stacked. They're not laying on top of each other, they're stacked on top of each other. And that's the way you want this. And then you bring this to your opposite side, so you create a loop. You will take and hold that loop with these two fingers, and we're going to take that tail and we're going to go in the center and wrap this around to create loops. Just loops around those two cords. You don't want it to be extremely loose, but you don't want it to be tight either. The reason why you don't want it to be tight is at the end, we're going to pull that cord through all 4 of the loops. We're going to make 4. I've got 3 created right now, and I'm going to show them to you before I put it through. There is 4 now. And then we're going to, so when I hold this, do you see where we've got the 4 loops? We have 4 loops. We're going to bring this around up on top, and then you're going to thread it through all 4 of those loops. And this I sometimes have to like let it go and redo it again because he came out when I tried to go through. And literally, this has always been a hard thing for me to do. So it's not undoable. It's just hard. You got to hold it just right. So there's 1. There is 2 complete loops. See what I say? There's 2 loops. We're going to do a 3rd loop. And we're going to do a 4th loop. So once again, I'm going to show you. We have all 4 loops there. We're going to bring it around the top and go through the 4 loops. Go in. Go, 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 go. Ha-ha, he's going. All right. Now I'm going to hold my 4 loops with my 2 fingers. I'm going to bring this through. Do you see how he's creating a little knot around everything? So we're going to pull him, and we're going to pull. He should be pulling through this way, not that way, this way. Why aren't you pulling like you should? This should be going away, and he's not going away for me. And I'm trying to figure out why in the world is he not going. Ugh, nope, I'm going to stop pulling on it. We're going to take it out. This cord is forgiving, let me tell you. Oh, he got knotted up on that first loop, and then he wasn't getting anything tighter from there. That was our problem. Okay, let me get it all undone and start over. And when I say this is forgiving, I'm going to show you what I mean. Nope, it's not the wrong string. It was that it got caught. See, he's okay. Right here, we can still do it. It didn't harm our cord. What happened is that, you know, we went around, and when I went to go through, he was getting in between some cords and caught, and so that was getting tight, but the rest of it wasn't. And I am literally doing this in a spot that I want you to be able to see, but it's not easy to see. So here we go. We're going to go back this way. Wrap this around. I'm going to go there. We have 1 loop. 2. And this part takes just time and slowness is what I feel. There is 2. There's 3. Here goes the 4th. You see those there? You have that hole that's in there, and we want to get through that hole. There, that feels a lot better than the last time. There we go. So watch this. Do you see how it's coming together? And that's moving, and that what we folded over is getting tight. There we go. You just have to play with it to get it to lay right. See how it's all laying there? And just pull it, and our knot is hidden inside of there. Does that make sense, what I'm trying to say? And so when you pull here, it doesn't move. But if I pull on this piece, do you see how that's moving? And now I can pull this way. And I really shouldn't have done that because I had my area. Oh, I got it good. I got it. All right. We're going to make sure these are laying flat on top of, stacked like on top of each other, not over each other. We are going to go over here, and I want to look if I do that right. Okay. This is where if you were doing the crimp tube covers or the crimp covers, it's better because I am a very symmetrical person. And so I want these two to be across from each other and like this in the center because that's how I am. So I am just eyeing it here to make sure that when I do this, it is going to be like that. So we're going to create, once again, we're doing it the opposite way. So our little loop is on this side. And what I mean by loop, that is where we folded it over to create that loop. It's going to be on that side. We're going to take our cord, go through the inside, around and on top. And that is number 1. Here is we're going to start number 2. Number 3. Go through the hole there. There we go. And then this will be number 4. And this one might be a little bit too tight to get it through. As I was doing it, I'm like, there they are. Do you see where I started and he's a little bit like smaller than the beginning? It's okay as long as I can get my cord through. So I want to bring my cord through the hole, keep that one there, bring this around and bring it through the 4 loops that I created. That one is really tight. Get through, please, straight through. Yes, I do talk to my stuff when I create. All right, I want to bring that down. We're going to pull this one, and I'm going to try to keep these held straight. Do you see how I've got them straight in my fingers while I pull on this cord to get it to be straight? There we go. All right. So right now, you would be able to pull on one and pull on the other to make it bigger and smaller. All right, there we go. For these, this is the part that I've always found. Hi, Maria. really funny about this. You just cut it off and you're like, how does it stay? How does it not unravel? It's because the knot's underneath these right here. I'm always like, shouldn't that just slip off? You don't, yep, you're fine. So here it is. And then you just grab a hold of one and you're gonna pull on it and pull on the other and you're gonna slip it. This is where I have a hard time because this is like, I'm gonna try it on the other hand. We'll do the 10K giveaway in just a moment. I just saw that. I want to use my teeth and go, oh. But you can slip it. I will take it off and I'll show you. I have a hard time doing it one-handed. All you do is pull on the right cord, pull on the right cord, and it makes it smaller. You make it bigger, you pull on the outside. It's getting in here and pulling this the right way to getting it to go. And I know that's really silly. There, I got it. I got that one. Now I got to get this side going. I unraveled it because I was pulling on it too hard. Ah! I'll redo it. We got time. We're going to redo it. But this is why I don't usually do these. I was asked to try to do one. I can do them. I have to like stop and think about it. But it is not my favorite kind to do because I can't put them on and off myself. So let me know what you guys, if you guys have problems putting them on and off. Or is it just me on the struggle bus? Yep, it's a whoopsie, and I'm okay. Well, we're going to redo it, but we're going to do our 10K giveaway, and then we're going to come back with a fresh mind. That's what I'm going to say. Because remember, what did we have yesterday? These are not like, okay, not just, literally, you're always on the struggle bus. Thank you. We're learning. We're experimenting. Yeah, and they do work. That's the thing. This does work. All right, we're going to do a color, and then we're going to go back down, and we're going to start fresh. All right, one word color. We're going to do a five creative credits. I am going to pull on this while you guys are guessing the color. I forgot to give you guys a clue. The clue is it can be a female's name. Somebody got it. Let me see who it is. Lulu! You are the winner. You get 5 creative credits. There you go. Put that right there. So congratulations. The color was amber. Amber. Now I'm going to bring you guys down. We're going to restring, but I forgot. I forgot to cut off 9 inches. Because we need, this is a meter, which is 39.4. And so I need to cut off like 9 to 9.5 inches. And then we're gonna put, you guys are kind of crooked here. There we go. We're gonna put our beads on, except for I did this one wrong. Let's go this way. Let's see, I'm redoing the beads. I get to do that. There we go. I want these two. There. There we go. You're very welcome, Lulu. All right. Find our middle. Right here, we're going to tie one of our knots. And then on this side, we're going to tie the other knot. Sisterly love. Now we are going to see if that's a little bit bigger than I need. I'm making this for my size wrist. Okay, that's my size wrist. And that's what it really is. You can make these bigger and it can accommodate a lot of different size wrists. I'm making this one smaller so it can accommodate mine. Okay, I'm gonna go just a little bit bigger so I can go over my, this part of my hand. Create. Oops, hold on. I got to do one step first. I forgot to do. I'm straight. I forgot to double check that before I started on this. We are going to go here and we are going to go here. We're going to bring around this end back that way. We're going to create a little loop. Pinch that all together with these fingers and then go in to the center so that we can create our 4 loops around it. There's 2. There is 3. Nope. He's unraveling. I'm going to start over. Right here. And what I did on that last one on that side is I pinched it really tight so that it would stay where I wanted it, but that made it a really small loop and made it hard for me to get the cord back through itself. All right, there's number 3. Here we're going to start number 4. All right, so there we have our 4 coils and our loop at the end. Maybe I should use the word coil instead of loops here. 4 coils. Bring it through all 4 of the coils. That's our new name for them. Pinch everything here, keeping that, and then pull this tight. There we go. Yep, nope, it is not. When you get it, you get it. And I don't use it enough to be like, yep, that's it. Does that make sense? But you want to make sure that you're pulling this tight, that he is going into underneath the coils. There we go. I had to pull again because you know that loop that we made on this end, he was still sticking out. So I had to get him into the coils. Okay. Now we're going to go over to this part. And I'm eyeballing it. We're going to make sure that these 2 are on top of each other. Go around here. So we're creating a loop. And now we're going to start our coils. Go through, like away from you, and then bring it up and over towards you to make the 4, what we're going to call coils. So that's 2. There is 3. And then this one is now 4. Do you see how you have 4 coils and you have that loop there? We are going to bring this through the center of those coils. Hold on. Nope, I only have 3. I thought I had 4. Let me double check here. Nope, we only have 3. Good thing I looked before I stuck that all the way through. There is number 4. Get down a little bit. There we go. So there 4 are sitting right in there, and we're going to bring this through. Bring this through. There we go. So he's coming out. We're going to pull on that, hold this, and we're going to pull on that end. You see how we have this loop here? We want to get that tied inside of our coil here. There, he's going. Get in there. Okay, he is not in there all the way. Let's get you going there, dude. There we go. There we are. See, this is where I have a hard part. They're not even 100%, meaning he's a little bit lower than this one. Is it going to make it a problem? No, but I just am an even person. All right. You do not have to, because it is the leather cord. Just cut that off. And then you have the bracelet. And you just grab a hold. Okay, he's going to go this way. And then this one's going to go this way. One cord goes each way. And this is where I wish I had Ryan to be able to just use his fingers to do it. There we go. It needs to be like tightened up back here for me. You're going to laugh. I can get these off and on my hands. My hands, I have double jointed hand right through here. So I can do this part and usually can get it on, as long as I don't get it on my rings. Like that. There. Literally, if I don't have Ryan, all I do is, because I can collapse my wrist or my hand here to be about the size of my wrist. Most people cannot do that. So that's how I get these on and off, instead of trying to sit here and do that. But that's how they look. Literally how they look. This one is the same way. I can get this one on and off. Yeah, they are super cute. I can do them just like you saw. I've done 2 of them. Yes, I will have a problem sometimes. I'm going to come up so I can talk to you guys' faces instead of down below. I just have a hard time liking when, I'm going to move this down a little bit. Sorry. This is me because I am symmetrical. This is not the same distance as this. This one's a little bit longer than this side. And if I would make this the longer, then they're not going to be even back here. That bothers me. And it's probably just me. And that's just who I am. So what you can do, and I learned this because I do this thing every so often, but I went back and I double checked different videos that I have seen before. Thank you, Sweetheart Strings, and we'll do the 20K in just a second. And in there, one of them, that this video was like 10 years old. And I don't know how I've never seen this video in all the time I've been making jewelry. Instead of doing the knots, they do crimp covers. So then you leave the beads moving until you get to this point where you're now knowing where it's going to be. And then you can put them in the center and use a crimp tube instead of a knot, and then make it the color of your beads, and then it's centered. But I don't have crimp covers because I don't use crimp covers. So I need to get some to try this with it so that then they would be even and I wouldn't have that whole, I have never been diagnosed with OCD, okay? But I will call that is an OCD, that they have to be equal. So that is what I want to tell you guys. You wait until the very end. You do not do the knots that I did in the beginning. You just leave those. Let the beads move. And then once you get all of these two coils made, we're going to call these coils, then you add the crimp covers at the end, close them up, and put it in the middle. When I saw that video, this video is 10 years old, and it's from Beadaholique, with one of their ladies who does a lot of different tutorials, and she did that, and I'm like, I have watched her do the slip knots that we've done here lots of times, and every time I've ever watched her, she always does it with the knots here. But in this video from 10 years ago, she did it as a crimp cover. And I'm like, that's genius. That is genius for me. That would be for me because of being, everything has to be equal. So I will give you that. You guys let me know. What do you think about using the crimp covers for it? We're going to do bead soup this time. Go ahead and put one word color in the chat, everybody. Ooh, somebody got it. Okay, we're going to keep going here. We'll see if someone else can get it. Miss Geraldine, you're a lucky guesser today. Everybody's like, I got to go back through. What did she guess? What are you doing? All right, we got a second one. Who is it? Janet, you are the winner of Bead Soup. Both her and Geraldine guessed violet. Someone else did there at the end too. Rose. It is this bead soup you're going to get. You've got that skull acrylic bead. We have some of the crackle glass. You got wood. We have metals. We have lots of different glass. We have polymer clay. And you even have one of those barrel beads. Here is what she is getting. So, Miss Janet, I'm going to write your name on that and put it in your basket.
Is Janet new?
No. She just hasn't been on for a couple of days. You're welcome. So that's how we do these. I hope you guys...
Do you see me?
I can see your hand. Okay. I'm going to put a... you, Geraldine, got 5 creative credits. And Janet got Bead Soup.
Can you see me now?
Or not you, Geraldine. Oh! You're right. It was Lulu. Honey, no, I can't. Now I can. I'll get you some too, Geraldine. I'll give both of you some, okay? Because that's on me. So, I will get you Bead Soup, Geraldine. You're right.
What they do?
I boo-booed. I thought Geraldine won, but her sister Lulu won. So we're gonna get.
This is where you're gonna start brawling.
Oh, you should see the comments that come, because then they'll be like, "You're a cheater."
There's only. Well, actually,
Ooh, we're gonna do. Oh, he didn't go in there. Let's get you in there. Let's see if we can get this in there. Oh, I will do both. I will do both. That was on me. So Geraldine, you have, you can't really see him. He's got one of those green electroplated flowers. You got bead caps. You've got some acrylic glass. You also have the shell. And in the middle of this is a big pink heart, but you can't see them all. So you got lots of things, and this one will be Geraldine's. You're welcome. I feel bad. So both. We'll get that. That was on me. I'm just writing names on it. All right. I do like these colors for fall. What do you think of my fall color bracelet? She doesn't like it. I can already tell.
fall is like.
Not your colors.
No, fall for me is like gold and red, like apple and like cinnamon. So like brown.
Okay.
Not whatever.
I don't
that
have
is.
any brown wood beads up here.
Yes,
I
you do.
looked. Where?
Well, you need to point those down. I know how to get them. You just need to point.
No, just point up there. Where are they? Just like do 1, 2, 3, 4.
Right there.
4.
4.
Ah.
You want me to grab them?
No.
Please.
No, honey, I'm done with my live, so I don't.
Well, I'm gonna show you them though.
We'll do it after the live, okay? I'll get in the side eye. All right, everybody. I now know where my brown wood beads are. I wasn't going far enough to that way. All right. You all have a great night. I will be back tomorrow here on TikTok and on the tube at 2 p.m. Central. And we are going to be doing a chat, and we will be opening up another box. It'll be box number 17. Then at 3:30 Central, we will be on the other app that I can't say here because TikTok doesn't like it, with beads. And then at 8 p.m. tomorrow night, we will be back on TikTok only with a Makers Meetup. And you guys can join me on the live, and we'll be opening up box 18. But you guys, the chat and the Makers Meetup take over me opening. So, all right, we'll see you all tomorrow. Have a good night. Bye, everybody.